So what is peace and where can we get some? Peace is the theme of the second week of Advent, and I think peace is something we could all do with a little bit more of. Peace isn't just the absence of conflict or the absence of war. Peace is something that we long for in our hearts and our minds. Many of us, our thoughts and our feelings are troubled and uneasy and not at peace. So let's light our second Advent candle and consider the peace that God wants to give us.
Yet in the dark street shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight.
Often, many people just think of peace as a situation in a country where there's no war. So there's no fighting, there's peace. But we all are searching for peace. You know, many of us, even though our country is not at war, there's not peace in our homes, there's not peace in our town, there's not peace in the world. There seems to be conflict going on all the time. Peace is something that we long for internally. Quite often, people associate peace as something that can only be achieved when everything's right, when everything's in order, when everything's going well, when there's no chaos in our lives, where everything is going as we've planned it and as it should be. And the opposite of that is chaos and disorder, which causes anxiety or worry, maybe even depression, a sense that we cannot cope with what's going on in our lives. Peace is something that God wants to give us, even when life isn't something that we can cope with very well. The Jewish people have a phrase called shalom, and they recognize peace as such an important thing that it's the greeting that they offer each other. Shalom, peace. And in the Bible it tells us that the peace that God wants to give us is a peace which is beyond understanding. Now what that means is, peace that's beyond understanding means that it doesn't make sense that we would have peace, because things might be going wrong in our life. Things might be not quite right in our families, we might have fallen out with friends, we might be not doing well in our schoolwork, we might be in a lot of trouble, we might be having relationship breakdown. And they're serious things that bring us down, and there are plenty of things to worry about. You know, at the moment, lots of families are stressing about who they're going to bubble with, how they're going to do Christmas. And so there's lots of things that in this season of peace, Advent, second week, there's lots of reasons to not be peaceful. Yet it's despite all of that, God wants us to have a deep-rooted sense of peace. Sometimes you could consider this sense of peace to be maybe a sense of perspective, a sense of awareness. Sometimes reflecting on the needs and the suffering of others can be a great way to give us our own sense of peace. You see, when we lift our heads to look outwards and see what other people are living with, that can bring us back into check. That can help us establish a sense of peace. And by serving and helping those in need, we can experience peace that otherwise we'd go without. And that's why it's very common to have Advent charities, Advent initiatives of doing good works. And so that's why at St Joan of Arc School, we always support the families that are helped by Home Start. We collect gifts to help people that would otherwise go without or wouldn't be able to have some of the luxuries of Christmas that we see as essential traditions. We help them have that. It's just a small thing. It's just a small gesture. But not only does it help the families that receive what we raise for them, but it helps us. Jesus wants to give us peace which is beyond understanding, peace that doesn't rely on everything being as we would like it in our lives. And even though we might still seek and strive to make things better in our lives, and that we might desire things to be better, that's fine. But we would do that from a place of peace.